Good morning. Day 111 here. Got real good sleep. Got over 9 hours sleep, so feeling good. Got down to 61, but it felt warmer than that. But it was a good night. The deer were around. Heard them throughout the night. They visited me this morning, so even the mom and the baby. So it looks like there's two females and a baby, and then there was a buck over in the other campsite. So a little family. They just hang out in the campsites around in the spring. But they have no fear of people. They get pretty close. So it's going to be a downhill day. I'm going down to Sead Valley. Don't think I'm going to make it there by lunch. It's like 21 miles down to the cafe, which closes at 2. So I'm probably not going to make that. It's 6:20 right now. So I'm about ready to hit the trail. And I've heard the trail's in pretty poor condition in a couple spots. So we'll see how it goes. But at least it's downhill all the way. I mean, 20 miles of downhill. It's almost unheard of. And then at the end, I'm going to try and do like 24, 25, because coming out of Sead Valley is just the monster of climbs. You go from like, I don't know what Sead Valley is. I'll have to check. It's the low point in the trail. It's like 1,300 or 1,400 feet, and you have to go up over 6,000 feet. So yeah, big 5,000 foot, just straight up climb right out, which I'm going to try and do tomorrow morning. But I got to work my way up a little bit, a couple miles. So I'll probably wait till like 5 o'clock to do that. So I'm going to cruise on down to Sead Valley, hang out there at the grocery store or the little market or whatever it is, then head up, when it cools down a little bit. So I think it's supposed to be over 100 in Sead Valley. So doing that big climb in the afternoon sun is not my idea of fun. A little bit less than fun. So that's the plan. I'm going to hit the trail and we'll see how it goes. See you heading down the trail. Okay, it's only like 6:30. A little warm and a little muggy. Look at that sky. Wondering I think there's like a 20% chance of rain today. You can pick it out. These clouds look a little dark. So let's see if we get caught in a thunderstorm. See what happens. Okay, so for the most part, the trail's been pretty nice. At least dirt-wise, downhill. Some overgrowth, but there's just a ton of blowdowns in this section. And I finally fell down on another crossing a blowdown and banged up my knee. So I'm going to take a few minutes here. Just rest it. Not sure if it's good to take some Advil to keep the swelling down, or just let the swelling. Maybe that protects a little bit, but it's a little sore to walk on. But I still got to do like 20 miles today, 25. I'm only 2 miles in. Not sure what the strategy is. I'm going to rest a little bit and think about it. That's the problem with these blowdowns. It slows you down. You can never really get in your stride, and you're always having to navigate over, under, around them, and the footing's usually bad. You're always at a weird angle, and your pack shifts. So I've fallen on a few of them, but today is the first time that I, kind of hurt myself. Hopefully it's not major. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to rest the knee a little bit, and hopefully in a few minutes I can put some weight on it and keep making my way downhill. See you in a few. Okay, so I can put weight on it and walk, but probably going half speed, 3/4 speed, and it's weak. The knee's weak, so, and there's still to do about another 5 or 10 blowdowns to get this far. The trail seems to be a little bit better right now, but I'm just worried about the rest of the way down. I still got about 18 miles down to Sead Valley. So it's going to be slow going. Hopefully not that many blowdowns, because I've already done probably 30 of them just in the last couple miles. They're just everywhere. So we'll see how it goes. I'll just work my way down, even if it's at a slow rate. All right, we'll check in later. So, there's another blowdown. The trail is supposed to go right there. and then you face another blowdown. So I tried to pick my way up and hold on to those branches there, but they gave way, and I slid all the way down to about here. And this is just a landslide, so I'm gonna try and make my way over here and then work my way back up to the trail up there. But these blowdowns are just, blowdowns are bad here. And now the trail's giving way, and you got bum knee. I'm just in a cloud of dirt right now. Dust myself off, trying to figure out how to work my way back up and get over this one. It's gonna be slow going today. Hopefully I don't really tear up my knee. Okay, probably behind a tree. Back there's my second black bear sighting. This is coming down the trail. Heard some noise. That was a deer. No, that's a, yeah, it's disappeared in the woods. That's a full-grown black bear there. Barely see it behind that pine tree. Yeah, I think he's moved on. Wow, 2 black bears in 3 days. One little juvenile and one full grown. And now I've seen 2 in 3 days. So this must be the spot. Okay, so a few more miles down the trail. The knee seems to be holding up okay. I mean, it's weak, and it's sore a little bit, but it can take the pounding of the trail. We'll see. I think tomorrow's going to be the real test, because I've injured this knee a couple times in the past, and seems like the next day is when it's really sore. On the bright side, the trail's much better now. I mean, from camp at Buckhorn Spring down probably 3 miles was just a ton of blowdowns. I mean, we're kind of in a, how you can see, there's still some, we're still in a burn section maybe 10 years ago. I don't know. I'm just guessing by the vegetation. But there's still a lot of trees. There's blowdown after blowdown. There was this one area where I slipped and slid down a hill again. There were 2 big blowdowns, and then right in the middle, the trail's just gone. So you could either kind of like slide down the hill and kind of cross over at the bottom, or try and pick your way up the top. I tried the top route, holding on to a few logs, but they gave way, and I ended up sliding all the way down, maybe 20 feet, 15, 20 feet, and then had to go over the bottom. But that was just a cloud of dirt and dust at that point. But a little bit after that, the trail cleared up. So there's evidence, the trails crews have been out here for the last probably 2 or 3 miles. And it's just night and day. Just being able to walk down the trail, and now I have to navigate the blowdowns. Because I probably did, 60 blowdowns, 70 blowdowns in those 3 miles. Some are small, some are medium. A couple were very big. But it just slows you down and just wears you out. And it's dangerous. I mean, that's where I was going over a blowdown. It wasn't that big, but as I stepped and crossed over, a branch caught my leg. I just fell down on my knees, my hands. So hopefully the trail's clear from here on down. I got about 15 miles, I think, or 18 miles down to the general store. There's a trail angel on the way right near the bottom, a couple miles from the general store, that has soda and that in his fridge for all the hikers. So might stop by there, but that's still another like 11 miles, I think. So I better get hiking, and hopefully the trail remains good. We'll check you down the trail. The first by the trail, all blackberries. See the red ones there, not quite right, but there's a black one. I had a few of them here. I think they become more prevalent down the trail. So, nice little treat. Hopefully I see more. This is just so nice and refreshing, having a nicely maintained trail. Been going along this little creek here for a while. Not sure the name, but you see all the blowdowns have been taken care of. These, you can see, have been cut for a long time, but there's a lot of sign of recent trail maintenance activity. So whoever's doing that is greatly appreciated. It makes a huge difference. Look at these spider webs. I mean, this is encompassing the whole flower. That's like, it's almost the size of a basketball. There's one up here. Another one up there. Smaller one over there. Spiders are busy. Assume that's a spider web. Yeah, it looks like it. All kinds of little bugs in there. So down there is Gitter Creek. For the last several miles, the trail's just been following it right along the side. So real pleasant. It's a nice, pretty good grade downhill slope. Just following the creek. You hear the creek the whole way, see the creek the whole way. I think we've crossed it 3 times, but there's always a nice bridge. So this is really nice. Just traveling down to Sead Valley. It's getting a little warmer as you go down elevation. We were up, I don't know, between 6,000 and 7,000 feet. And we're going down to like 1,350 or something like that. So it's getting warmer as we go down. But it's just a beautiful little trail. Pretty well maintained too. Okay, so the streak's broken. It's 11:15. I'm about 12 miles in. Just saw a southbound hiker, PCT hiker, cross paths with her. So between yesterday and 11:20 today, I've gone the whole way without seeing another human being. So 32 miles in all without seeing another human being. That's pretty impressive for, given the number of hikers on the PCT, plus all, day hikers and locals and that, are crossing roads and towns. Go 32 miles without seeing another human is pretty impressive. Especially I'm kind of like still, roughly in the middle of a bubble. That fire closure outside Etna really spread us out. So that's what I attribute this to. But it was pretty nice. 32 miles, not a single soul. All right, we'll keep on hiking. See you down the trail. Here's another bush. Same thing. Covered in spider webs. I'm guessing that those flowers just, or whatever those are at top, emit some kind of odor and attract bugs. But this thing's just covered. Completely covered in a spider web. Pretty amazing. Haven't seen that before. All right, I had lunch here at the campground. Nice little picnic table. Saw about 3 or 4 deer, including a buck. Now I think it's a road walk all the way in, about 4 or 5 miles into Sead Valley. Might stop by. There's a legendary trail angel Brian on the way. Might stop by his place and then go to the little general store. Probably wait out the heat of the day before I make my way up the trail. All right, see you down the trail. Fortunately, we got a road walk here. This is part of the official PCT trail. Trail dumped us out at the campground, which is kind of surprising for a Saturday. I guess Sead Valley is a real small place. There's not a soul in the campground on a Saturday afternoon. But from the campground into town, and I use the word town loosely, I think it's just a little market and cafe and RV park. I think it's about 6 miles, maybe 7. And it's just going to be a road walk all the way. Then you go past that a little bit, then the trail takes off. So this is one of the longer road walks that's part of the PCT. Sometimes, you know, if you got to do an alternate route or get off the trail and go into town, that involves a road walk. But this one's actually the trail goes on the road. We saw that outside, I don't know, I think it was Acton. There was a long road walk through town. Most hikers hate road walks just because it's long, flat, and boring. I'm not a big fan of them, but this one's actually kind of nice, given my banged up knee. You know, it's flat. There's no blowdowns to navigate, no brush to, overgrown brush to make your way through. And just being a nice flat surface doesn't tax my knee as much. Because on the trail, you know, you're always at an angle. You know, either up, down, or right side, left side, or some combination thereof. You're always walking over rocks and branches and logs. So this is actually kind of nice, relaxing, because my knee's holding up pretty well. I was really limping for the first, I don't know, mile after I fell. But I don't think I did any ligament damage. I think I just bruised it. I was thinking about over the last couple of days, just how good my joints feel. You know, my ankles just feel really strong. You know, my knees, hips. And I was doing some exercises to, you know, condition my legs and strengthen my legs before the trail, which helped. I mean, I noticed the difference, but there's nothing like walking 1,600 miles. I mean, it just really builds up your legs and all the joints and ligaments. I mean, until I fell and banged it, everything was just feeling really good, just strong. And because you trip, you know, over tree roots or rocks all the time, and several times I've tripped and, you know, I thought, you know, if this wasn't, you know, before the PCT, I would have twisted an ankle or rolled an ankle or something like that. But everything's just so strong, it can just take that beating. And I think that helped today too. I digged up my knee, but the ligaments around the knee joint held up good. You know, I was able to walk through it. It's still sore, but I'm not really limping. You know, it feels a little weak, so I'm kind of favoring a little bit, but you know, I think it'll be all right. We'll see how it is tomorrow. That's the real test. Okay, well, still got many miles of road walk. We'll see you on down the road. Okay, so this is the legendary Brian's place. Trail Angel right on the PCT. Let's just go up and say hi. Okay, just coming into Seed Valley. About a couple miles back on trail, stopped by Brian's place. Real cool guy. He's got a house right on the trail. I mean, the trail's a road walk, but it's his road. And he just, he welcomes hikers to come hang out on his porch. He's got a refrigerator stocked full of beer and soda, side of Pepsi. Just real cool guy. He's probably about my age. He works from home. I mean, today's Saturday. He was smoking some pulled pork. But him and his dog Nova just welcome hikers. Real nice break because the road walk's hot. I mean, luckily there was a decent amount of cloud cover, but it's a hot one today, and just walk on the asphalt. A nice little break. So, coming to Seed Valley here. I think it said population 350. This is the low point on the trail. So I think 1,379 feet above sea level. So it gets hot. Brian was saying it was like 105 to 110 over the last couple days. Not quite as hot today with the cloud cover. Thought it was going to rain for a little bit, but it didn't. Just up ahead, there's a market and a cafe. Unfortunately, the cafe is only open till 2. So it's probably 4:30, so I'm not going to be able to get anything to eat. But I'll stop by the store, maybe pick up a snack. The cafe is known for its pancake challenge. You got 5 pancakes, kind of the size of Grumpy Bear pancakes. I think the pancake challenge goes for 30 bucks. If you can eat all 5, it's free. But almost no one can do it. It's like 5 pounds of pancakes. So back at Grumpy Bears, most people couldn't even finish 1. So one guy finished 2, but that was about it. Probably stop in the store, get something to eat, then head up to the first camp, and then tackle the big climb tomorrow. See you down the trail. It's a big State of Jefferson movement right here. See the sign. They give me a sticker at the store. I've seen Adopt a Highway by State of Jefferson. So I think the State of Jefferson, they want to split California into 2. Northern half State of Jefferson and southern half something else. Anyway, that's Northern California for you. Close out for day 111. It was a different day today. Got a good start, but first part of the trail, a lot of blowdowns. And I fell and dinged up my knee, so that really slowed me down. I was limping for probably the first half mile to mile. But then it didn't look like it did joint damage, so I walked it off. Continued down the trail, but probably at about 2/3 speed, 3/4 speed. So it took me, even though it was beyond that, it was a good trail and it was downhill all the way. I wasn't able to make a real good time. I was probably hiking maybe 2.2, 2.3 miles an hour instead of like 3+ miles an hour. So it took me a little longer to get down. I did stop at Brian's place. Real cool guy, real nice guy. Hosts a lot of hikers. Saw my second bear today. This was looked like an adult bear. He was off in the distance and he was running away, but got a good look at him. So 2 bears in 3 days. So that's not bad. Hiked down into Sea Valley. Really not much there. There's a store, a cafe, and an RV park, and that's it. I started the hike up. Sea Valley is a low point on the trail. It's like 1,380 feet, somewhere around there. And we got to hike up to like 7,000 feet. So I started today. I'm just got a little bit up the trail, about 2,000 right now, maybe 2,500. But I'm camping right along the trail, and I'll get an early start tomorrow and do it before the heat sets in. Today wasn't too bad. I mean, I was sweating all day, but there was good cloud cover until about 2 o'clock. So it didn't get super hot. But after Brian's place, the clouds kind of cleared, and doing that hot asphalt road walk, there was about 4 miles into his place, and then maybe 2.5 out of his place till you got back on the trail. So walking along the hot asphalt in the hot sunny weather is not fun. A little bit less than fun. So I did stop by the general store, got a little microwave pizza and an ice cream sandwich for an early dinner. And then hiked up maybe a mile up the trail. But that mile, I climbed, 500-600 feet. So up here at camp at 6:30, it was still 95 degrees. So it was a warm one. It's going to be warm tomorrow. I think the sky's clearing up. So I want to get an early start and get up to elevation before the sun starts hitting in. So I think that's the plan. Try and hit Ashland in 3 days, and we'll be crossing the Oregon border finally. California's one long state, so it'll be interesting to cross over the border into Oregon. I guess that's about it. We'll see you down the trail.